Welcome to the Bernadette Jackson Podcast, where we are redefining how the world views women with daddy issues by discussing topics, sharing stories, and gaining insight, all from the perspective of a fatherless daughter. I'm your host, Bernadette of BernadetteJackson.com. Today, in the final installment of my 6-part series on fatherless daughter trigger points, we're discussing promiscuity, constantly seeking validation, and stumbling through intimate relationships. Many years ago, I came across a quote by Oprah that said, "Promiscuity is a form of self-mutilation." I was stunned that she had likened it to cutting and any other form of self-harm. After the initial shock was over, I started to recall my own experiences. Thinking back, I could remember agreeing to sex before I was ready. When I asked myself why would I do that, I immediately knew the answer. It was because I wanted to please them. My feelings weren't important if it meant that they could potentially leave me for refusing them. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be chosen. My feelings be damned. I tell you this because too many fatherless daughters believe that their body is the greatest asset that they have to offer. They would rather agree to things they don't want to do than risk being abandoned. The problem with this is that in the process, you end up feeling used, numb, and unfulfilled. Allowing random people access to your body in hopes of a romantic relationship is a slippery slope. One that could leave you one day realizing that you gave so much of yourself away in meaningless encounters that you don't know what you have left for someone special, and often equating sex with intimacy. Fatherless daughters have always struggled with intimacy. Trust leads to vulnerability, and vulnerability leads to intimacy. It is extremely difficult for us to build trust in relationships. Many fatherless daughters fear that their partner will not be interested in their needs or desires. They don't believe that they are worthy of real love, and they often don't feel secure in their relationships. All of these things and more create an atmosphere of distrust, one where fatherless daughters don't feel comfortable sharing their innermost thoughts and feelings. Questions like, will they use this against me? Can I trust them with my pain? Or will they think I'm weak? Swirl around in their heads when they are deciding whether or not to share the essence of who they are with their significant other. Keep in mind that I mentioned last week that because of our father's absence, many of us do not know how a man is supposed to treat us. Therefore, it makes it more difficult to trust because we don't have a model to compare to. Not only do we not trust ourselves to choose the right partner, but we also don't know if we can trust the person we're in the relationship with not to abandon us. We're not able to relax and just enjoy the natural flow of the relationship. Instead, we need constant validation, which is the last fatherless daughter trigger point we're discussing. We need to be told often exactly how you feel. We need to be reassured that you aren't going anywhere. We need to know that you see us. We need you to tell us that you appreciate something that we did for you. We need to know that the dinner was amazing and that our cooking skills are bomb. The point is that because fatherless daughters have experienced so much hurt and pain and uncertainty, they are likely dealing with feelings of not being chosen. And because of this, we need our partners to validate us both in word and action. Thank you for joining me in this episode where we are wrapping up the series on fatherless daughter trigger points. If there is a topic that you'd like for me to discuss or a question or comment that you have, just DM me on IG at Bernadette N. Jackson. That's BernadetteNJackson. Or you can send me an email at BernadetteJackson.com. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.